Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Lamplight City. We're in the Bow Street jail. We finally figured out who our mystery man is. It's Mr. Harvey Presser.
No point asking him about anything else right now. Let him sit and rot.
But he won't talk to us, so I'm guessing we probably need some sort of information or an item or something to get him speaking. We don't even know what's really happened here, so maybe Jailkeeper
He's
can...
watching you like a hawk. Looks liable to toss you in one of his cells if you try any funny business.
Okay, no, he can't help us out. So let's refer back to our casebook. We've got to return to Mrs. Morgan and accuse Jimbo. I don't think we're going to do that yet. And we've got to interrogate Harvey Presser at the Bow Street jail. We can't really do either of those at the moment. In terms of location, we've got Ned's residence we've been to. Ned seemed really nice, actually. Probably the nicest person we've met. We've been to the Opium Den, the Silent Raven, the Cathedral, the Taxidermy... we've been to all of these places, actually, except for Puffin's residence, Tom Puffin's house. Let's go there, and we'll see if there's anything here.
Nice place. Tidy. Nothing incriminating that I can see.
Not yet.
People rarely leave anything incriminating out in the open. It's time to have a look around.
That's right. So, it's possible, very possible, that we'll find something here that will make Harvey Presser talk. Something that links the two together, maybe. So let's have a look at the bookcase.
Books. Clearly Puffin has never touched them.
No, he hasn't. There's a book here. Anything interesting in this?
Puffin's Daily Planner. The man leads an even more boring life than you. Who knew that was even possible?
Rude. What's this thing? A statue.
I was wondering when he was going to show up.
Is it Jesus? There's a desk here. There's got to be something in the desk, right?
It's empty.
Oh, no, there isn't. It's empty. Can you believe that?
Puffin's music room is a bit lacking in comparison to the one in the painting.
Okay, can we play the piano?
So Puffin plays at home, too? His poor neighbors.
Well, you got to practice, I suppose. There's the
No
bedroom.
point wasting time searching Puffin's bedroom. I have a feeling that if there's something to find, it's here in the sitting room.
Oh, we can't even go in there. Interesting. We've got this statue.
Of Eros, I believe. God of love or lust or something. Man babies in diapers never did much for me.
What's this? Scratches.
That's odd. There are some scratches on the floor next to that statue.
Does the statue move or something? It does.
Looks like we found Singing Tom's buried treasure.
Buried treasure, eh?
Let's just see what we have here.
Why do we take it all the way over here? Dearest Priscilla, I have completed all my plans and will soon come visit you in Cormorant. Please remember that life in New Britannia is hard, and so I may look a bit more advanced in years than you might expect. Ned. Oh my god. So Tom Puffin has been posing as Ned and like using the letters to set himself up with Priscilla? This is wild.
Interesting stuff. But what about the box itself?
Oh,
it seems Puffin's gun has gone missing.
The gun!
He should really take better care of his things. Jenkins and Bowen. The name shares the initials that were on the murder weapon. That's quite a coincidence, wouldn't you say?
I would if I believed in coincidences.
Wow. So not Jimbo's gun, potentially. I mean, surely can't be. That's a huge clue, surely. Has it gone in the clues? It hasn't yet. We did get the Ned's letter, which is not from Ned, of course. It's from Tom. We've still got to interrogate Harvey, though. And there was nothing in the desk.
So Puffin...
Is there anything else down there in the hole? Let's have a look.
Nothing else in there. Too bad.
No. Alright, well...
The look in her eye tells me she's probably hiding something.
Alright, well... So we found
Statue
something.
Of Eros, I believe. God of love or lust or something. Man babies in diapers never did much for me.
Okay, well, we found out that the gun that was used to shoot Ronan more than likely came from Tom's house. So let's get our thinking caps on here for theory time, shall we? We know that Tom was posing as Ned, potentially, to marry Priscilla himself, pretending to be Ned. So perhaps he wanted Ned out of the picture. Ned commented on the fact that Ronan, he didn't know, but he felt Ronan looked exactly like him. So was Ronan being killed just a case of mistaken identity? maybe Tom asked somebody to kill Ned, but they killed the wrong person? But then, how did the gun happen? Did Tom give the gun to somebody else? Did Tom shoot Ronan thinking it was Ned? That seems a little bit odd, if that's the case. I don't know. There's something more to this. It's to do with Harvey, isn't it? Harvey is going to play a key role in this, but now we've got to figure out how to get Harvey to talk. So, maybe we can just go back to the jail with that knowledge?
No point asking him about anything else right now. Let him sit and rot.
Okay, so no. Okay, well, I mean, is it back to Upton then? Not Upton's apartment. I've done that before as well, I think, in a previous episode. Just clicking on the picture of Upton without thinking. Police station. Let's see if Upton knows anything else that can help us. And then... Wow, I don't know.
For a moment, Upton?
Maybe we go back to Ned?
What's on your mind?
Harvey Presser.
Upton, what do you have on this Harvey Presser fellow?
Give me a moment, and I'll locate the arrest report.
Okay.
Here we are. He was picked up in a bar in Chumley after being identified as the leader of a Cooping Gang by one of his fellow gang members.
So much for loyalty. Anything else about him?
Not much besides his address.
That might be worth looking into.
Okay.
It's 5885 Riverview Road, right near the asylum.
Oh.
Ah, wonderful. Maybe afterwards you can drop by and pick out a room.
Bill, come on now. Okay.
I'll let you get back to work.
And you'd better do the same.
So, we've got Harvey's address. There's got to be something in his address that will get him talking, surely. Investigate Harvey Presser's home. So, if Harvey was the head of the Cooping Gang, I reckon they abducted Ronan thinking he was Ned, and it's all just gone wrong. I think Tom is the killer now, or responsible, but the one behind the scenes. He didn't actually do the killing himself necessarily, but maybe he arranged it and then they just took the wrong person out. So we'll need evidence for that though. And the only thing we've got tying Tom to the crime scene is the gun. So, oh my god, we've got a lot of icons, haven't we? There we go, Presser Residence. Let's go there. Oh god, this place is a little bit
just a moment.
Worse for wear, isn't it? Hello, let us in.
Yeah? What do you want?
Ooh, she doesn't look like the type to take any guff. Better watch yourself, Miles.
Okay, what does that mean? I'd like to talk about your husband. I wanted to borrow a cup of sugar. Is that like the neighbourly thing? I'm a private investigator. Let's just go with the first one.
Mrs. Presser, I'd like to speak with you about your husband.
Well, he's not here right now. He's been away for a few days, actually.
Yeah, he's in jail.
Who are you exactly?
My name's Miles Fordham. I just have a few questions. I promise this won't take long.
All right, come in.
Nice.
But try and keep it down. My daughter isn't feeling well, and I don't want her being disturbed.
Okay, fine. I don't know if it was possible to get locked out of that conversation. Maybe it was. I don't know. Let's have a look around.
A man's coat. Seems Harvey wasn't expecting to be out for very long.
Then he got locked up.
She doesn't look so good.
No. What are these? Okay, we can't.
Some of those modern steam cleaners.
Ooh.
If they use them in this place, they clearly aren't worth a damn.
That's quite rude.
Seems
What's
to be
that?
a notice from the bank threatening to foreclose on this place if they're late on their rent payment again.
Ah.
No wonder Harvey's taken a second job.
Seems like he's turned to crime. There's a door.
Presumably that goes into the Presser's bedroom. Or it might be a closet. Or both.
Could be both. It's a pot.
Seems peasant soup is on the menu tonight.
He's very judgy, isn't he, Bill, sometimes? Or imaginary Bill in Miles's head, which is more accurate.
Mrs. Presser?
All right.
Yeah, what?
No need to be rude. Okay, let's just start with herself.
So what do you do while your husband's away?
Hang on there. What are you playing at? I'm a married woman.
Whoa,
I merely
chill.
wanted to know a bit more about you, that's all. I meant no disrespect.
Is that your game? Asking innocent ladies about themselves so you can have your way?
No?
She doesn't have to worry about being mistaken for innocent, that's for sure.
No, you know what? Just forget I said anything.
Oh, God, I really thought we might have locked ourselves out of the conversation with that one. Thank God. All right, let's ask about Harvey.
What does your husband do for a living, Mrs. Presser?
Harvey? He's a traveling salesman. Sells steam-powered cleaners like the ones in the corner
Ah.
Oh?
there. Doesn't make much money on account of most people being afraid of steam tech these days. But Harvey tries his best to provide for me and little Mary. He's a good man. The job takes him out of town for days at a time, but we get by.
And that's all he does?
What are you asking? You know something I don't?
No, not at all. I was just curious.
Oh, look, another husband keeping secrets from his wife. There are a copper a dozen around here, it seems.
So I remember Daredevil saying that the whole cooping thing was about basically making people vote a certain way and like using them over and over again to cast illegal votes, essentially. So I wonder if he got involved in this to try to force the candidate that was pro Steam Tech because that's his job. Possibly, that's my thinking. Let's ask about Ronan.
You know a man named Ronan Lespay?
Never heard of him.
And you've never seen the man in this ferrotype?
Nope. And I'm glad I haven't. Looks like a real pushover.
Right. Right, let's ask about her daughter.
Is your daughter all right?
She's just come down with a bit of something. This stew I'm making will put her right again.
Ah.
I've been giving her regular doses of Pink Bladder's Miracle Tonic, too. I'm sure she'll be back to tearing the house down again in a matter of days. Ticks after her father, that one.
All right, well, I don't really want to ask her. Yeah, let's
Are you
ask.
pleased with the election results?
Yeah, I'm glad that no-good high muckamuck Outwood was voted out. Maybe now they can finally get to work on that bridge to Gascone we've been promised for so long.
But won't Leroy's opposition to Steam Tech be bad for your husband?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe, but Harvey's always managed to land on his feet. If it comes down to it, I'm sure he'll be able to find a new job in no time. I was never too keen on him selling those contraptions anyway. It'll be a relief to get them out of the house.
I don't have any more questions for you, Mrs. Presser.
Good.
Okay, well, we did find out his job. And it's disappeared now. So maybe with that information we can go back to Harvey and get something? I don't know. Let's go and see. Back to the jail. Harvey, will you talk to us now?
A few more questions for you, Mr.
He
Presser.
might.
Whatever you say.
Okay, we might have something here. Family.
I had a little chat with your wife. You have a lovely family.
Mildred? How did you...
I may not be with the police anymore, but that doesn't mean I can't still get the information I need.
You didn't tell her about me being in jail, did you?
Nope.
Don't worry. It was quite obvious your wife has no idea what you're involved in. As a man who values discretion, I thought it best not to shatter her illusions.
That's awfully decent of you.
Of course, I might change my mind, unless you start to cooperate.
Yeah.
I have to say, Miles, you've become a real natural at this tough cop.
Yeah, we're bad cop
All
now.
right, fine. I'll talk. Just leave my family out of it.
Okay. Let's ask about Ronan.
Do you recognize the man in this ferrotype?
Yes, I do. That's Mr. Lespay.
So he knows
How
him.
is it you know him?
I was assigned to watch him and then pick him up on election night.
Assigned? By whom?
My employer. I'd really rather not name names, Mr. Fordham.
Okay.
I don't care about your employer. What I care about is what you were doing with Mr. Lespay.
Well, it was a cooping scheme. He was one of the people I was told to pick up.
So it wasn't mistaken identity. Alright, let's ask about the cooping scheme.
Tell me more about this cooping scheme.
I got paid to find men to vote for Atwood. Simple, really. Once I found a good mark, I followed him a bit, knocked him out, then took him to the coop, a little room I rented near the Raven. I had about 5 men on election night, including Lespay. Got them all liquored up and walked them over to the polls. Once each of them voted, we'd walk back over to the coop. I'd change their clothes, maybe give them a fake beard, and walk back for another vote. Did it for myself, too, so people would be less likely to notice. Kept it up for a few hours, until the murder.
Well, Daredevil. Absolutely spot on. Straight from the start of the case. Very, very well done. So, potentially the murder was nothing to do with the Cooping Gang at all, and it was just coincidence then. Maybe it was just a case of Tom thought it was Ned and shot Ronan by mistake.
Tell me what you know about the murder outside the Silent Raven.
The most important thing I can tell you is that I didn't kill
I
him.
kind of believe
Do you
that.
know who did?
Not a clue. I was inside the bar when I heard the gunshot. I went outside to see what had happened and found Lespay on the sidewalk.
And what happened next?
What do you think? I panicked. He was in my care. I wasn't expecting anyone to get killed.
I think Mr. Presser has a wildly different definition of the word hate.
I
Probably
went inside
true.
and gave the barmaid 10 crowns to keep her mouth shut.
Aha.
Clearly, that was money misspent. Then I went back home, told my wife I was going away on a business trip for a few days, just in case. Good thing I did, too. I might get out of this with her none the wiser.
What makes you so sure they'll let you out?
Me, I'm just a small fish, but I could talk and talk about whales. That's valuable information.
Quite the shrewd negotiator, this one. I think his skills have been wasted.
Alright, let's ask about himself.
Is this your first time in jail?
Yeah, actually. Suppose you think I'm just some criminal scum, born for the gibbet? I'm not a bad man, Mr. Fordham. I just made some mistakes.
Yeah?
You've met my family. I'd do anything for them. Anything.
I suppose no good deed goes unpunished.
You can say that again.
That's all the questions I have for now.
Good. Leave me in peace.
So... I kind of feel like that just leaves us with Tom. I don't want to accuse Jimbo. We've only got Jimbo as a suspect, but I don't think it was him. Okay, well. Interesting. I'll tell you what, guys, we'll leave it there because we're obviously lacking one key piece of evidence to pin this on Tom, who I'm thinking is actually the killer now. I don't know, I might be wrong. It could be Jimbo, but I'm leaning more towards Tom after finding the gun case and everything like that. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Barry Aldridge, and Hobo for all the support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.